struggles. And to our African friends and brethren, I want them to also understand this. We talk about Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism cannot take off without Biafra, because we do need a genuinely free country in Africa to be able to drive that very critical and important initiative. We are seeking to build a country that God Almighty in heaven will be very proud of. And though the Janjaweed, the Fulani Caliphate, have sent their armies of conquest into our land, that this very day, we don't even know if those who are killing us are doing so on behalf of the Nigerian state or they're doing it on behalf of the Islamic Caliphate. Because as we well know, ISIS is now in Niger State. Very soon they'll be in Kogi, and then from Kogi they'll come into Anambra, and the real war will begin. Remember, very many years ago, I told you one very critical point for you to bear in mind as what I'm told. This be to guide you in all your deliberations and your thinking about Biafra.
I want you to listen carefully. He said very soon they will be in Kogi, and from Kogi they will get to Kwara, and from Kwara they will come in Biafra land. Listen, then I will tell you that they have been in Kogi already. 2 weeks ago, the news broke out, which I will share on this page just after I stop this. I will share this. But listen carefully so you can understand more of this.
Of the Islamic Caliphate. Because as we well know, ISIS is now in Niger State. Very soon we'll be in Kogi, and then from Kogi they'll come into Anambra, and the real war will begin. Remember, very many years ago, I told you one very critical point for you to bear in mind as what I'm told. This be to guide you in all your deliberations and your thinking about Biafra. They are going to kill us, that is true. But that is not going to stop Biafra from coming. We are going to do all we can to defend our land and to defend our people.
Exactly.
The whole world may appear to be against us, but we have done nothing wrong. Absolutely. That is the most frightening thing about this whole thing. If you ask the world, what did Biafra do wrong to you? Nobody can tell. Nobody can actually explain to you properly. Because they want a world where very illiterate nomadic set of people will be in charge of governance, where you have refineries and they're no longer working, where you produce oil and gas but still import kerosene and fuel for your cars, where they want to impoverish the people. For those who may not be acquainted, or should I say familiar with the book that one of our very good friends wrote in years gone by, Walter Rodney. He was at Diaspora University where he was assassinated by the CIA very many years ago. Walter Rodney wrote a very compelling book called How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. What we are witnessing today is precisely what he was trying to explain to us. If you allow yourselves to be taken over by greed, by self-preservation and the trappings that you find in North America and in Europe and in Far East Asia, you will never ever develop your land. We are fighting for Biafra that we may restore our lost dignity. We are fighting for Biafra that black people all over the world may be set free at last. We are fighting for Biafra not that we may have or commence the building of a large empire, not at all. We are asking for a Biafra where we can live and die with a semblance of dignity. Because right now people are dying, but there isn't any dignity. We must stand very tall and very strong, resist our enemies. That thing that we are thinking now that is impossible to accomplish very soon, you will say it. We must remain resilient. We must remain devoted. We must remain unflappable. We are not going to retreat, not one iota. If at the end of this race there is only one Biafran man and one Biafran woman left, may they continue to expand.
I don't know if you get that. I want to stop it there. For most of you who don't understand this, do you hear what he said? At the end of this very race, if it is only one Biafran and a Biafran woman left, may they continue. This broadcast, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made it, not a broadcast like I said before. This is an address to Biafran people he made, a special address, on the 21st day of May 2021. So, do you think that somebody who made this address a month prior to his abduction never knew he was going to be abducted? The answer is capital no. I'm not trying to defend anybody. I don't want you to get this twisted, because I understand that most times our people like to twist stories. I'm not trying to tell you that someone didn't betray him or someone betrayed him. But I want you all asking a question: who betrayed him? And then through those questions got distracted. Know that whether someone betrayed our leader or someone never betrayed him, that all of those things happen for the will of God to come to fruition. And then desist yourself from querying who did. Only follow the movement. Like I played at the beginning of this very program this evening, what the Bauchi State Governor said. And that is why we're asking you a question, to ask that boy in Finland, whom some of you, I know most of the accounts commenting under this very program here are fake. I understand they are fake, I know. And I'm not to be distracted, because I know that na kanwe ezigbo ndi Biafra. Akenwe ndebo na ha bro intention of kanwete ego. It's just because they want to have money. They have contacted me a couple of times. I don't want. And the good on social media, I am good to present my issue because I want my Biafran people to understand. Because my father fought for the war of Biafra. Fought, and we lost a lot of people. So I'm like Biafranized, so to say. I'm a Biafranist. So Obala Biafra runs in my vein and everywhere. Someone wrote, I saw someone who wrote here, he said that now, it's funny. But that is not where I'm going. I must continue to what I'm telling you. Because I know there are distractors who has been put here. They use fake accounts, computer, AI, artificial intelligence operated accounts on Facebook. That is what they use. They come to distract you. They come to twist the mindset of true Biafrans to make them believe otherwise. But this is wrong. The main reason why all those nonsense vote of confidence is because the Fulanese who rule Nigeria want to kill our leader. And by doing so, before doing so, they understand that they need to divide us. They understand that they need to distract us. How they do it, only them knows. But they are using one of us. Now, let me tell you why I said at the early time that if he cares about the well-being of our leader in DSS dungeon, where he know that DSS are so, they're so lawless. They don't even obey law or court orders. Talk more of. Then you are asking us to go and attack a pipeline, knowing fully well that Nigeria state is already accusing us, Biafran people, because accused on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is accused on Biafra people. So he already knows that we are being accused of terrorism. He understands that the whole international communities are against them because they understand that we are not a violent organization, that we are only a freedom fighting movement. So he wants you to go and start being violent so that when you talk about IPOB in the international ears, they will say they are terrorists, and then give ground to the Nigerian military to start a full invasion of our land. And most of you there believes that you are autopilot, you are piloting to get us Biafra, piloting to get us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free. I really don't have problem, like I have said many times. But why I'm making this revolution is for you Biafrans who are true, those who truly want this structure, not those who want money, but in IPOB. Because even in IPOB, there are still those who do this because they want money, because they want to enrich their pockets. And that's what I said, I am excluded from it. If you call me on phone and ask me about money or ask me to offer me money to make me say what I don't want to say, I reject your money. I don't need it. Because I struggled almost all my life before I am where I am today. So the money you will give me today will never change my life. It will never make me worse. It will never make me poorer or richer than I am. Because all those money were vanity. All those fame to sell lies to the people and jeopardize my problem. It's not just about this very generation we are in. Because we, this present generation, we are messed up as a people. As a people, we are completely messed up. But it's more about our next generation. Ask yourself a question. If all the political positions in Nigeria is championed by the Northerners, and then what generates the revenues is brought from Biafra land, Ask yourself. And we cannot do anything. We don't have seaports in our land, no airport in our land, no motorcade roads in our land. How do you imagine our next generation will have? Do you know that in Biafra land, some Igbo villages, where I come from, it used to happen when I was down there, that we can stay, maybe youths, all you will see is police and military. No reason, we never done anything wrong. Only wrong you did, they will tell you this is working time. I know many of you are used to this suffering, and that is why you don't understand this. That you are sitting on your own without having any legal substances, and a police or military personnel will just walk to you and arrest you. Do you now understand why I said it's not about this generation? It's more about our next generation. It's more about our children to come. It's more about our next children. Do you understand this? Most of you will think it's just, let us make fame. I am not interested in fake fame, because I believe that only Lord God makes people to be famous. I cannot enrich my pocket from your pocket, knowing fully well that every Biafran wants to have Biafra Republic. Biafra sovereignty is in the heart of every Biafran person, except all those corrupt political entities. So why should I now think this is an opportunity? Why should some people now think because they are excluded from the leadership, we can destroy this struggle and the freedom of the people, and even risk and endanger the life of our leader? Most of you forgot. I don't know if I can have the video, but I want you to finish this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's address to Biafran people before his abduction. I want you to finish. Maybe let's finish this so that we can get this message. It's very, 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 very clear, this message. This is to Biafrans who will be doubting what he's doing when the time comes. That's why he dropped this message. Listen.
We must remain devoted. We must remain unflappable.
Okay.
We are not going to retreat, not one iota.
Listen.
If at the end of this phrase,
this is instruction Mazi is giving to all of you who today feels to divert. Listen, he gave this instruction 1 month before his abduction. All of you knows that Mazi is a prophet. He's not ordinary. He's a divinely sent. And every word he tells you are prophetic declarations. It doesn't matter how the enemies will twist it. And most of the times when Mazi is talking, he talks prophetically. He don't even know most of the things he say. He's speaking from the throne of grace. But many people will not understand because he doesn't have a place where you say, come and pay your seed, come and sow your seed. And that's why people are asking. And in case if you're following me, why I played this video, I want you to have a common comprehension of what I'm saying here. Why I'm playing this Mazi Kanu's address is because I understand that the main reason that these distractors came in was because many of us who love our leaders so much, and deservedly so, we're asking, who betrayed our leader? And that was where Satan got into some of you. Not really all, some of you. From asking who betrayed, and failed to comprehend simple fact that this man, Nnamdi Kanu, has been announcing to us that he's going home. Has been announcing to us that he's the man to stop the mayhem. Has been announcing that he's coming. Do you understand what we are saying? Do you understand? Listen, this is address he gave 1 month prior to his abduction in Kenya. Listen, so you will get what I'm saying.
That we may restore our lost dignity. We are fighting for Biafra that black people all over the world may be set free at last. We are fighting for Biafra not that we may have or commence the building of a large empire, not at all. We are asking for a Biafra where we can live and die with a semblance of dignity. Because right now people are dying, but there isn't any dignity. We must stand very tall and very strong, resist our enemies. That thing that we are thinking now that is impossible to accomplish very soon, you will say it. We must remain resilient. We must remain devoted. We must remain unflappable. We are not going to retreat, not one iota. If at the end of this phrase there is only one Biafran man and one Biafran woman left, may they continue to expand. They killed us, 5 million of us after the war. After the war in 1970, we had lost 5 million people. But then we are still the largest ethnic bloc anywhere in the entire Nigeria. Because God is faithful. And at this very critical time, this very Elohim that we worship is not going to abandon us. I'm not saying we're going to fold our hands in prayer and fasting alone. No. We are going to do what we have to do to ensure the survival of our race. An attempt has been made in the past to exterminate us. The British supported the killing and the mass slaughter of Biafrans because of crude oil and gas. That Ojukwu told Harold Wilson, we cannot give to you. This resource belongs to the people, and that was the end of it. And he said, because of that, we're going to kill you. And sadly, Britain is still doing something till this very day. A supposedly civilized and advanced country, aiding and abating the slaughter of an indigenous population because of oil and gas. Therefore, I'm asking all of you to remain very resolute, to remain very strong. Do not allow yourself.
Listen to what he's asking all of you, please. Listen to what he's asking
of an indigenous population because of oil and gas. Therefore, I'm asking all of you to remain very resolute, to remain very strong. Do not allow yourself to become distracted. We have almost won. As Dr. Basanga said here a short while ago, we have awoken the consciousness of not just ethnic nationalities within Nigeria, but the entire African continent as a whole. We have won the debate. Now is the time for us to restore Biafra.
Do you hear that? Please, if you're listening to this, I heard somebody just wrote that he used to love me. Don't love me when I'm telling you truth. Because I know truth hurts. I know most of you come here to expect me to tell you nonsense. No, I tell you truth. I started following these struggles right from home. Not today. Since 2013. We follow this mission of Mars. And anybody that follows Mars and Nnamdi Kanu will understand the spirituality in him. You heard what he said. He said, we have won the debate that it's time for us to restore Biafra. Do you know how he was going to restore Biafra? Do you know? Do you think he will restore Biafra without going to Biafra land? Do you think it's possible? Do you think he will restore Biafra without fighting our enemies? Do you think it's possible? Do you think he can fight our enemies in dungeon? The answer is no. And that is why most of you who are thinking that DSS is weak, sometimes I just ask, DOS are we? Ask a question. Do our people no longer reason? Do you want DSS to ask you to go violent when our leader is in the hands of our enemies? Are you insane? Sometimes this got me upset with our people. Sometimes it got me mad, I tell you the truth. Some people used to say, step up pace, step up action. What action? When Onyendu was arrested in 2015, because most of you started following this struggle recently. Onyendu was arrested in 2015, legally though, not even illegally, because he was arrested legally then. But he spent 1 year and 7 months. Good 1 year and 7 months. Go and check it. Ask anybody in case you are joining this struggle new and somebody is using your head. I want you to wake up and realize the reality. Stop following social media propagandists. Stop following no. Because there will come a time. That's why you see that some of the pastors continue to scam people. The fake ones though, because there are good ones. But the fake ones, and a trapoco, like Italy we used to say, in a little bit, all those things will get away. It will fade away. Because any fame you get in wrong way will definitely disappoint you. It profits me nothing to gain every fame telling you lies. Somebody said you used to like me before. And I don't like you to like me, please. If you are liking me, hoping that I'll be telling you lies, then get the fuck off my page. Let it be an abomination before me to tell you lies. To see truth and cover it. Listen to the address he made to us 1 month prior to this abduction by the Nigerian zoo government. Listen carefully and listen with your senses and not with your sentiment feelings. Most of you love our leader so much, and that is the problem you are having, most of you. It's not really that most of you are foolish, no. Most of you is because of the love you have for our leader. He make you to exaggerate issues. He make you to not even wanting to suffer at all. You just imagine when you love a girl so much, or a woman so much, or your wife, or your partner, or your man. You know you will almost do everything to please the person, to make sure the person never suffer. And that is the problem we are having in this struggle. Don't love me because you want me to tell you that autopilot is the way. Don't love me. You can continue to tell me that US pay me. No problem. At the end, Biafra will come. But why I'm saying this is that they want to kill our leader. They want to kill him. And the only way they can kill our leader is by distracting us. I will not say this. Maybe this will be the last time I will address this issue, except if the need be. I want to focus on the things I continue to do. I want to focus on them. But I am telling you today to mind this. Any of you who participated in those nonsensical vote of confidence, you all are jeopardizing the life of our leader first. Let's keep our freedom aside, but the life of that Messiah we have. Now we have him. We are doing all those nonsenses. When we lose him, if you know galagala no mulebo do naga. If you know name all those matter, but just he want to take up the leadership by force or coup. Oh, yeah, kind of coup. Coup plan. He plotted it. And you all don't know. Man, my pain, but more of. Your problem is just about leadership, money. But people are dying in Biafra land. Our people were killed. Millions of them. Ide nwo bi ebele obele nwa. Ida agbako na umu mmadu. Ida agbako na ezinụlọ mmadu. Imakwa na iko nso onwu maka this struggle. You will feel that the best way for you to enrich your pocket is by using those people who find joy and delight in freedom. God will destroy all of you. Both from, listen, this broadcast I'm making here, you can take it for granted, but I'm saying this. Number one, if you are in leadership of IPOB and you are putting money ahead, God will destroy you. If you are not, and you are part of those that are distracting us from this struggle, God will destroy you. As long as Nebo is son of Biafra, as long as Nebo Nwafo, he will struggle. He will see us. If you lie against these people, they will love you. Let it be an abomination before me. Don't like me. What's your name? Let me see your name again. Reno. Reno, don't like me. You might be a fake profile. I know there are many fake profiles on this platform, I know. But don't like me if you are real. If you only thing that will make you to like me is to tell you that somebody who says is the brother. Today I read a tweet where he said, I am the direct son of Mazen Nandekan. Direct son of Mazen Nandekan, may I ask you, how does the wife of our leader feed? How does Uche Chokukan feed? How are the children of Mazen Nandekan? How is the family? If you are a true disciple, you must put these things to considerations first. If you are a true disciple, there is no way you would ask people to attack pipelines when our leader is in custody, suffering, knowing fully well that they are waiting for a single mistake to kill him. That is another proof to show you that this person, if care is not taken, he is there to destroy our race. But God will destroy him. It's just a matter of time. All of you who abused me today will not come back to say, I'm sorry. That is one thing about you all. This is one thing about you all. You remember the day I requested for you all to share the video I made concerning the Kenyan and the conspiracy, Kenyan-America conspiracy. Then I never knew it was about the abduction of our leader. After the meeting, I made the broadcast. You can scroll down to my page. Go down to the, I think, 24th of April, 2021. For most of you who are new followers here, I review many things. I expose many things out of intel. I tell you things out of insight. Many people neglect them after they see them. Today I am telling you again, you all should know that the Fulani herdsmen are planning an attack in Hausa community market in Igbo land. And they want to use that to start the civil war. Like Dr. Badea told us earlier on, maybe some of us has forgotten. Dr. Mailafio Badea revealed to us that they want to start a civil war. And to start that civil war, they have planned everything. They believe that now that they are distracting us, the only thing they have to do is to test our faith with denying access to our leader. And when they see that we continue delaying or debating on this issue I'm debating today, which I would not like to debate again after today, But I want everyone who is following me to share this to our people. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. There are people who will find sense in this. And I assure you, in due time, truth will prevail. It could take time, but it will definitely prevail. People who finds us to be free, who understand that these people are planning an attack. He knows. He knows that Fulanis, they want to attack. They want to start attacking every house market in Igbo land. And they will blame it on ESN. And from there, they will start their war they prepared. Do you understand this? That is why I have called several. Said, everybody get ready. Stock your food. Keep your equipment. Ukrainians never knew Russia were about invading them before they invaded. They were only hearing saga like we are hearing today. In Ihela today, there is destruction. This person is voting of no confidence when the Nigerian military, in conjunction with the Boko Haram terrorists, integrated into the military, killing people in Imo State. Nothing wrong with this. He never voted of no confidence on them. Nothing wrong at all. It's right. That is what we are seeing. And that is why I want you all to understand that anybody who is voting of those nonsenses, you are jeopardizing with the freedom of the people. And anyone who is in this struggle for money, you are jeopardizing the freedom of the people. And the gods of our land will destroy you. This I assure you. And this is all I want you all to understand today. And I want you all to ask these simple questions. Ask simple questions. If you love our leader, would you ask us to attack the pipelines? This is logical questions everybody should ask. You tell us that if you attack pipelines, they will know you are serious. Are you insane? If you attack pipeline, tank will fool every village in Biafra land. And then those tanks would then become justified in the eyes of the international world because they all benefit from the oil in Biafra. And the only way we can take back our things they are holding is strategically, with brain, with senses, with intelligence. Not with force. If we go with force, let me ask that man, do you have air raid in Biafra? Do you have air defense system there? The answer is no. So when they bring shelling into our land, they will destroy our people. When they bring their tanks there, they will destroy them. You have no air defense system, no air raid system, nothing. But you want us to attack pipeline. So they will assassinate our leader in detention. This is all I want you all to understand. And I want you also to tell that your leaders, to some of you who buy into those nonsense, to stop. Because Simon Ekpa, you are really going a step too far. If you want to start your autopilot as a Biafra freedom movement, you can do that freely, without including anybody, any IPOB, anything DOS. Keep their name out of your mouth. Do your things. After all, we want freedom. If you have a strategy better, do it and without criticizing another. After all, Mama Gandhi, when they were fighting British for Indian independence, it wasn't one group. It was about 3 groups. Likewise, Martin Luther King. Everywhere. Likewise, in France, between the 17th century of the French Revolution. Go and browse it. It wasn't one group of people. It was different groups of people who combined themselves together, different ideologies, but at the end of the day, they are working on one principal ideology, which is freedom of the people. But they have different strategies, different means of functioning. Why do you have to demonize the work of another person? Why? Some of these people has been in the struggle for years, some more than a decade, and you now come and you demonize everything they have done. If you think today you woke up and you think you want to fight for us, why don't you wake up, fight for us the way you can, without you demonizing the other people or blackmailing them? And that is what got me to know they are using you, without anybody telling me this. Because they want to assassinate our leader. And some of you might not believe this, but this is true. If we don't do the necessary things now, which is uniting together in one voice, and protest the more, intensify the protest, I am sorry that we can lose a gem that will take us a century before we can have, if at all. This is all I want to say to all of you today. Both those voting for no confidence or those voting for confidence, you all should reason. Reason these things I just laid down to you. And remember, that very main reason he used to take all of you's heart, which is who betrayed our leader. Don't be surprised at the end that he would be the one that betrayed our leader. Don't be surprised. Because most times when there is a proverb Igbo people say, they said, and they are most times criminals, they were professional criminals. They know how to arrange themselves, do their works, cover it up. This is all I want to say to you. Stop asking, even if he's the one that betrayed him or he's not the one. Whoever it is that betrayed our leader, betrayed him for the will of God to come to pass. That is all you all have to understand. And the best thing we must have to do now, if it is sit at home, not sin and the other, because no our enemies is church. That is what they want. If the way you think you can agitate is by abusing those killing our mother, feel free to abuse them. Because it's absolutely wrong before God and human to kill our mother, to rape our women. And that is why I found problem with him. And when you say we are gossiping, it's not gossip. When an Igbo man, only Igbo Ibem, actually heading John Asiayama Yizaku, which is our trademark clothes. Since had there be an album this year, which kind of nonsensical narrative, and all of you believe this rubbish. Can you imagine the level of conspiracy madness? And some of you, this thing sometimes makes me to ask a friend, I said, is this the Igbo people I know? There is charm in Isiago that they shouldn't wear it. No complaint about the violation of the right of our leader. No complaint about the freedom of choice of our leader. You never ask about the well-being and the lives of our leader. Somebody bankata with the mother, bankata with tinny and another bigger prison. And go and bomb the pipelines. This is all. I want to stop from here. Because they say the word is enough for the wise. If all of you want to continue, we are autopiloters, we are redeeming Biafra, ask yourself, that's your king in autopilot. He lives in Finland, right? How many protests has he hosted? With his, like he said, he's a legal practitioner. How many legal cases had he filed in the International Court of Justice? How many? None. Absolutely none. He said he's a legal practitioner. How many cases had he filed to the international body? To the UN General Assembly? None. How many cases had he filed to the EU? None. How many cases had he filed to the African Union Charter? None. Do you reason these things? Do some of you who follow this system reason these things I'm asking you? Or you continue to see us as paid agents of the US? Do you reason? When they ask him a question, let him come to a debate with me. I want him to bring to me the receipt he has used to pay for his IPOB debt before in the past. So that we don't talk about the time he had issues. If he's an IPOB member and feel he was offended by IPOB, the proof should be the receipt of the payment and the clearance he made before. And his unit leader and all his regional leaders, so that we can know he had been amongst our organization and then eventually had a misunderstanding with our leadership, which is understandable if that is the case. Let him give us a proof. None. No proof. No proof. If he's a legal practitioner, but our leader is dying in Nigeria custody, no proof. You are a disciple. Stephen was killed in Seba, Libya, because he continued to propagate that gospel which our leaders, the leader, taught him. Why didn't you go down to Abuja High Court to support him as a disciple? And then all you had to do, instead of you to appreciate Emmanuel Kanu, who had the courage to come to Nigeria Lawless Court, you told him not to go there and start making calls. How dare this rat? And some of you don't ask your question. So Apollo no one maka ndi Igbo amazi mgba ibido mebe utamana mmansi ndi Igbo no bula anyị ncha. And when some of us and the affordable fake accounts on social media, you should ask a question. If he was to be your brother, he was detained for the past 8 to 9 months. And the only time you can see him is when you visit him once a day. And that visit, you will be under confinement of the DSS. Then in court, are you going to stand in solidarity with your brother? When has standing in solidarity with your brother become a crime? Instead of to encourage this person that gathered the courage to stand with his brother in court of Nigeria, knowing fully well that the DSS can harm him. But instead of you to appreciate that man, to encourage him, you say him, enough of the time. And the Biafrans follow this and ask people, you don't open your eyes again. It is shameful. When our leader comes out, he will be disappointed on us. Seriously, I'm telling all of you. Why I had to address this issue, because I saw about 10,000 votes. Though I know Biafra is consisting of over 17 million people. But 10,000 votes on social media, manipulated votes though. It's horrible. It's horrible. Because I believe that would have been a point in time where our people are supposed to start reasoning. But you said the US wasn't doing anything. Why voting to take over leadership? The next strategy will be violent. They will start preaching us violent. They will start preaching us violent. And the reason why they are preaching, listen, you remember a few weeks ago, they started propagating gospel of trying our leader in stadium. And when we decline them, that there is no way you can try somebody in a stadium. For what? For what? Someone you will try on a stadium is a person that has been found guilty. But his case is being deliberated on how much charge could be given to him. Is it life jail? Is it death by hanging? Is it to kill? That is when you try somebody in a stadium. So that if the court decides to hang him, you can hang him there. That is it. But how can you go and try Biafra? Do you know that Mazi Nnamdi can represent Biafra? And when we took that one down, they brought violent preaching. And may I make this very clear to you, Biafrans. This struggle is not going violent. The strategy right now is to free our leader. Until we free our leader, he will be the one to give us the other directives on where to follow. There is no other strategy. Anybody who is campaigning against the structure laid down by our leader is against our leader. Simple and short. And somebody will say, the US don't do work. Ask yourself a question. Who paid the lawyers? Who paid the ESN? Their plan now is to hijack the funding of ESN so that they can destabilize ESN. And when they see that we no longer fund ESN financially, they will still come on social media to tell you that all the money you donated for ESN, we are squandered. I don't know if you're getting these things. This is true. These are their strategies. Why they are doing this, they understand the importance of the funding IPOB. Very important, because our funds, our financial weight is the reason why we are still moving today. And they understand for them to bring us down, they have to defund us. How can they start a defund? By blackmailing us. If they don't blackmail us, they can defund us, because the people will still believe in the structure we have been moving on for years. And this structure is drawing us closer to where we are going. But eventually we want to do like those our brothers from Israel, like most of you call. We don't know you are Jews. You want to do like our brothers, who when Moses went to bring the 10 Commandments, they said Moses is wasting a lot of time. That we want to know what is Moses doing there. We want to have another God. That is what you are doing today, but you don't know, some of you, not all. You know, many times we read Bible, we don't understand what is written. When I tell our people, Old Testament, we are written about us, people of Biafra, about Igbo people. All of you now that are asking this, who betrayed our leader? Why DS this, DS that? You are doing exactly the same thing you all read in the Bible and condemn, which is what the Israelites did when Moses went to bring the 10 Commandments. Moses has gone to bring the commandment, the law, the Biafra, the freedom. According to the broadcast, the address he gave to us, which I just played a few minutes ago, where he said, we have won the debate. That it's time for us to restore Biafra. You know, like when Yahushua talked, he talked in parables. Time to restore Biafra. Do you think he will restore it on Radio Biafra? No. He won the debate on Radio Biafra and in the international convention that he has been. To restore Biafra, he needs to go back home to prove to the world that he's not a terrorist. And how can he prove to the world that he's not a terrorist? Is when we remain resolute, disciplined, and support him right now. If we happen to bomb anything pipeline, I swear to God, they have killed our leader. And then all of us will come to our right sense. And with due time, we will ask ourselves, what hell have we done? And this is where I stop it here. And the peace of the